Is there such a thing as food noise? Do I have food noise? Understanding food noise is what today's video is all about. Today I'm going to give you a few examples of food noise, starting with the mildest to the most extreme. And if you're somebody who doesn't understand food noise, maybe you can relate to somebody in your life who does have food noise. The reason I'm doing this video is I have people in my life who don't understand what food noise is. And it is very simple to say, put that fork down, push that plate away, walk away. When you have food noise, it is a chemical reaction in your brain. The need for food sometimes is overwhelming. Have you ever looked at a piece of dessert and said, I'm going to have this, but tomorrow I'm going to run 2 miles and I'm going to work it off? Or you're thinking, oh, it's just a little macaroon. It's not that many calories. I can fit it into the day, but I'll exercise more. Basically, you're negotiating with yourself to have this piece of dessert. And that negotiation is the lightest form of food noise. Anticipation and reward. Have you seen a commercial that triggers you? You see a pizza commercial and you're like, okay, let's order pizza because that looks so good. Or you're walking past the bakery and it smells so good. You're like, okay, I need that piece of dessert, or I need that piece of a muffin, or whatever it is. It's never, I'm going to have some fruit. Who cares about the scent? No, you just smell the scent. Your brain, boom, is on overload to get that dessert, to get that satisfaction, to get that reward. And after you take that first bite, it's almost like a chemical release of, oh, that was so good. That was so good. Now I can think of something else. The second two is what I have been living with, I feel like, since I was 12 years old. And this loop is non-stop. If my parents, my mom, goes back to see the actions that I did when I had to eat a full box of chocolate, could not stop. That was food noise. It was not like I was going to have this little piece of candy with a little bit of tea and that's okay. No, I had to eat the entire box. Right now, I have a box of Roshen since I started GLP-1, and guess what? It's still there. I know. If anyone has known me my entire life, they know that it's just not possible for a box to stand there. I have Godiva at home. 2 boxes, and they're there. They've been there for 2 months. Having candy in my house just sitting there was not possible before my GLP-1 medication, before my Zepbound. And it doesn't matter if you're on Wegovy, Zepbound, tirzepatide, or semaglutide, those medications that have GLP-1, it quiets that down. It is such a mental relief that this medication, it works in the way it does to get that down. All right, my friends, I'm off the subject a little bit, but let's talk about the loop that people like me go through. It's basically, I'm eating this piece of dessert and now I'm planning, okay, what am I gonna eat next? If I'm having this dessert at lunch, what am I going to have at dinner? Am I going to have a little muffin? Am I going to have maybe a macaroon or 2 or 3? That is the constant loop. Now it's dinner and I'm eating the macaroons. Now I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to have for breakfast? Am I going to have eggs? Am I going to have... You're constantly thinking about food. It is a non-stop cycle. It is like someone behind you is standing there and telling you, you're hungry. What are we going to eat? Let's plan this together. When I started my GLP-1 medication, my friends, it was like that person, it went away. It stopped talking. That is mentally very, very difficult when you had that notion, that mental screaming of, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want that. I cried for 3 days straight when I basically came to realize that I don't have the need for this. For those who don't have this constant noise, it's hard for you to understand, because you don't have that. And I told one of my friends after I started this, I'm like, I feel like I was, a little loopy before. because I felt like I had this other thing that was talking to me, like this invisible voice that kept on saying, eat, eat, what are we planning on? Let's go, let's go, let's go. It was a constant food noise, food, food, food. And as somebody who's like, okay, I am an educated person. Why can't I have control over this? I'm financially, I'm controlling things. In other aspects of life, I'm controlling things. I'm responsible. This was unattainable for me. And I felt like I was doing something wrong at all times. My friends, mentally, this is very, very difficult for those people who are going through it. And if you think that they want to eat, they want to be big, nobody wants to be morbidly obese. I'm sorry. It's unhealthy. It's uncomfortable. It's hard to get upstairs. Nobody wants to be that size. But it is so hard to turn off that noise. One of the best diets that kind of worked, but it was one of those diets where it's one step forward, two step back, because the minute I cheat, it's 4 months later. And I just gained back what I lost and more. But on keto, I can actually have dark chocolate, like it's sugar-free. I would buy the sugar-free candy. Yes, it's processed, I understand. But I could have a little bit of that because on keto, I still had the noise. I tried to quiet it as much as possible, keeping my protein up, and I was focused even on carnivore. I did carnivore for quite a while too, but I just focused on water, protein, water, protein, water, protein, knowing that I'm not eating any vegetables, any fruits, any vitamins, so I had to take supplements. I still have to take supplements, but at least now I get to enjoy food. I haven't had certain fruits. I had strawberries, I had blueberries, raspberries, but pomegranate I love, but I couldn't have it because it had too much sugar. Right now, every single day, I am losing weight on GLP-1, and on top of my cottage cheese, guess what I put? Yes, you guessed it. It's pomegranate. I love it. And I can even have cherries. Cherries is another thing you can't have because they're so high in sugar. Am I going to have a lot of them? No. I buy them frozen. I'll now put maybe like 3 on my yogurt once in a while because yes, they are very high in sugar, but I can have it and I can be zero guilt-free. Absolutely zero. Blueberries, that's something I put, or raspberries I put on my cottage cheese all the time. The last one to me was, I think, the scariest. And that's the kind of food noise where if it's attainable to me, be it 9 o'clock in the evening, I will sit down, drive, or my husband will drive and go get whatever I am craving. If it's some ice cream, usually it was ice cream, usually it was dessert, usually it was high sugar. Something that, and that is the scariest because you can lose focus in what you're doing because you are thinking so much about that dessert, that whatever pasta dish, that piece of dessert. You are absolutely, your mind is focused, and if until you get it, you cannot calm down. When you finish eating it, you have that calmness, you're happy, and then come a few hours later, you're sitting there bawling because you're like, what did I just do? Why did I do that? It's confusing because you are not that person. You are not the person to lose control, but you just did. And to me, that was very difficult mentally. I just could not understand why this took hold of me so much, that need for food. And I'm like, this is gluttony. This is not good. But I couldn't help it. And the food noise was just so loud. My friends, it's real. There wouldn't be any big people if there was no food noise. Have you ever drove by some kind of a chicken place and that chicken smells so good? You're like, you didn't even want it, but you just drove by and got it because it smelled so good from the road. That is a form of food noise because that just took hold of you and you went and you got it because that just something, that's it. It's in your head. You need to get it. My friends, if you have people in your lives that have food noise, please be kind because they don't want to have it, but it's so hard to control it. That's why when I started my GLP-1 journey, and by the way, I'm 38 pounds down, And one of the first things that brought me joy in this entire thing, it wasn't the pounds I lost. It was that food noise that stopped talking. If you are somebody who experienced that, please let me know that I'm not alone at this. And I know I'm not alone. But I feel like I needed to do this video because there's so many people struggling and people in their lives do not understand it. It's real. People have it. And please be kind to those who do. They need your support, not judgment. My friends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, give me a thumbs up so I keep on coming back and we can grow this beautiful community where we share and support each other on our weight loss journey. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye, my friends.